Beware, foolish mortal. You trespass in Akalabeth, world of doom. Well, hello, dear viewers. This is Wolf, and welcome to Level Up Reviews. Today, we shall review another candidate of an oldest computer RPG made, Richard Garriott's Akalabeth, the World of Doom. But before we talk about the game, let's talk about the man himself, which will explain a lot about his games going forward. Richard Allen Garriott was born in Cambridge, England, on July 4th, 1961, to Helen Mary and Owen Garriott. Owen Garriott was an astronaut who flew Skylab 3 and the Space Shuttle mission STS-9. Because of this, Richard grew up around other astronauts in NASA Bay, Texas. From his childhood, Richard fell in love with space and science fiction. His mother, Helen Mary, was an artist and inspired love of the arts in Richard. They would study different arts like pottery and silverworks. Combination of Richard's creativity and his love of technology made him almost ideal for the video game creation. But Richard had another love in his life. When Richard was a sophomore in high school, he went to the summer camp in University of Oklahoma to study computers, geometry, and statistics. According to Garriott, kids were going knocking door to door. When he opened the door, he said hello. The kids were looking to give people nicknames for D&D. They replied, "Hello." Nobody around here says hello like that. You must be British. That will be your nickname, British. Hence, the Lord British was born, and with it, his love of D&D. He fell in love with it so much, in fact, that he convinced his parents to update their two-car garage into a three-car garage and move his mother's art studio so he and his friends could play D&D. This even helped him to improve his school life. He was always bad at spelling. Frankly, I can relate in this. But his drive to create beautiful worlds and fun stories for his friends to experience, he switched to creative writing, which made him a straight A student. His first encounter with computers happened in 1975 in Clear Creek High School. One semester, school offered a class in basics. Garriott took it. He started designing D&D games on the school's teletype. D&D 1 through 28 were predecessors of Akalabeth. And finally, he made a bet with his father that he would be able to put the games that he was designing on teletype on Apple II. He bought a computer with the help of his father and started to work on his project, D&D 28B, known more widely as Akalabeth, the World of Doom. His mother helped him with the perspective drawing, and only playtesters he had were his friends who would come in to play for fun. Luckily, at this time, Garriott was working at Computerland, a retail computer store. His boss really liked the game, so he offered him to sell the game in the store. According to Garriott, he spent around $200 on the packaging, which included a manual and a drawing in a Ziploc bag. His mother helped him with the calligraphy, and his friend helped him to draw a cave entrance. He sold it for $20, but he didn't sell much, around 12 of them was sold. The game did not come into the mainstream until California Pacific Company decided to publish it. Apparently, company got a pirated copy of the game, and they loved it. I guess this is one time that video game creator would be very happy that his game got pirated. The deal was that Garriott would get $5 from every copy that sold. They also loved the name Lord British, and they put it on the box instead of Richard Garriott. They thought it made him sound more eccentric and interesting. Also, he decided to change the artwork, as he thought it did not look good. So he hired Dennis Lubat, who did cover art for Akalabeth in all Ultima games afterwards. Significant improvement, I must say, but judge for yourself. The game sold around 30,000 copies. He made around $150,000. Not bad for a teenager. Well, let's get to the game. The name of the game comes from J.R. Tolkien's Silmarillion, although not intentionally. Akalabeth is a story about Kingdom of Numenor. It is an Adonaic word meaning downfall. When it comes to writing, Garriott considered himself somewhat of a student of Tolkien, and it's easy to see in his pessimistic approach. Everything declines. New age brings more problems than bygone ages of greatness, twisting each philosophy which is supposed to lead world to salvation. In this, indeed, Garriott is student of Tolkien. The game got lukewarm reception by the critics, but considering it was an experimentation by a high school kid, this game is very, very impressive for its time. The game itself was pretty simple, but at the same time, noted by the game critic Scorpio, this was one of the first games that gave you 3D perspective in dungeon crawlers. The story itself is pretty simple. It's about a rise to become a hero from nobody, a quest to become a knight by completing Lord British's missions. British sends you into the dungeons to slay different monsters. Each monster is more powerful than the last one and sends you deeper and deeper into the dungeons. The game has 10 different difficulties. You have a choice to play between mage and a warrior. Stats are determined by virtual dice rolls, like in D&D. There's really no reason to play as a warrior unless you want game to be far harder. You say mage can use a magic amulet, an item which gives you ability to cast spells, letter ups and letter downs, or even better, the bad spell, which can turn you into a lizard man, which doubles your stats and makes the boss of the game, Balrog, no match to you. Although, I would watch out for Conan the Adventurer. You will start the game in the store, where you can buy weapons, armors, magic amulets, food. Buy lots of food. You will need food. And watch out for gremlins. They will steal a lot of your food. When you finish the game, Lord British will congratulate you and make you into a knight. Thou hast accomplished thy quest. Thou hast proved thyself worthy of knighthood. Continue play if thou dost wish, but thou hast accomplished the main objective of this game. Report thy amazing feat to Lord British today. To me, Akalabeth is still a fun game. The game is available on GOG for free, with an instruction manual which connects Akalabeth with Ultima games. Unfortunately, GOG version is bugged and is unfinishable. On this said note, I will end my review. But Akalabeth didn't disappear. In fact, it became part of something bigger.